Do all things without grumbling or disputing. What's going on, Grace family, and welcome back to our midweek check-in. So last week we finally made it. We arrived at level 5 of our new mission and vision, and level 5 is all about multiplying disciple makers. So we started and we looked at the words of Jesus, and we started the conversation of who we are in this idea, in this theme of multiply. And so we looked at Matthew chapter 5, where Jesus says, "You are the salt of the earth, and you are the light of the world." We walked away last Sunday with a big idea to live your life in such a way that the world glorifies God. So I want to meet you in the middle of your week and just continue that conversation, that idea that we are to be light, but how we could live different in this world so that the world notices Him living in and through us. And for that, I wanted to read Philippians chapter 2, verses 14 and 15. It says, "Do all things without grumbling or disputing, that you may be blameless and innocent children of God, without blemish, in the midst of a crooked and twisted generation, among whom you shine as lights in this world." So just a couple of tools as to how we can live as that light. It begins by saying, do all things without grumbling or disputing. Dive into the original language a little bit. That word grumbling actually means secret debate. And so there's this idea that as you're around people, you're almost building a case against them. There's a debate, there's a contention going on in your heart. And then that second word, that disputing, is more of the physical, the argumentative type. And so it's both and. It's both a physical outward expression and then an inward thing that's happening within your heart. And this calls us to do all things without that. We're to do all things without that secret debate, all things without that disputing. We're to live different from the world. We are lights in this world, and what we really want to do is let Christ overflow with us, and it looks different. And so I just want to encourage you in that this week. Maybe instead of being argumentative or instead of building a case against someone that you don't really get along with, maybe we can just do the things we've been talking about through this whole series, to love people where they're at, to speak gospel truth into their life, and invite them alongside us to learn from Christ together. So anyway, I just want to encourage you in that we are to look different, we are to live different, and that's one simple tool that we can apply that in our lives. So next Sunday, we're going to build off of that. We're moving on from who Jesus says we are within the conversation of multiply, and we're moving into what we do. In order to answer that, we're going to be in John chapter 15, and the answer to what we do is in verse 16. So read that verse, read the surrounding context, and we'll look forward to moving our conversation forward this Sunday. So church, have a great rest of your week. We'll be praying over you. We can't wait to see you Sunday morning back here at 9 a.m.